Ladies and gentlemen, this is a YouTube show in which you are brought Slot Machine Sunday, Money Cards Monday, Tic Tac Tuesday, Whammy Mania Wednesday, Thundercracker Thursday, and Flinging Dice Friday and Saturday Super Starcade. Also wrestling news from Raw, NXT 2.0, AEW Dynamite, NXT UK, Impact Wrestling, SmackDown and 205 Live, and AEW Rampage, and special episodes from Road and Up, Cyber Swaggin', and the philosophies of Lee McLeese. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube show of fun, of knowledge, strategy, luck and daring, and mental shenanigans. This is WEML-TV Channel 77. And now here's the host of the show, live from New Bedford, Massachusetts. It is none other than Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wonderful Announcer, sir. Well, hello there. This episode of the YouTube channel vlog show is brought to you by your friendly neighborhood sweet bumbling buffalo raver, meaning that I've appeared on the following StreamYard community podcast shows. Created by my friends I met over at the Discord community. Not only that, two of these four podcast shows, I made an appearance on. Actually, not made an appearance on, just made. I'm also a regular podcast of. Hold on. Right, panelist of. I'll get it straight. All right. And the first two podcasts I have made an appearance of, at least one appearance of. Bumbling Bows' variety program every Saturday night at 9 on the Ibarra Bros Studios YouTube channel. Also, both within the sofas every Monday afternoon on the Mr. Garrison 96 YouTube channel. I am one of 6 panelists of the Rant and Rave podcast every Thursday night at 8 on the Brandon Martin YouTube channel. And I'm one of four panelists on the Too Sweet Wrestling podcast. Date and time to be determined by Joseph Cumia Jr., our host, who runs the podcast on the Elite JC TV YouTube channel. I'm also the five-time. Can you dig it, sucker? You can't see me. Bumbling Bozos Bozy Awards nominee of 2021. Will I be a nominee this year, 2022? Who knows for sure? My name's Eric Lima, and you are watching my YouTube channel vlog show. In season 1, it was known as the People's Lima, aka TPL. Season 2, EML 77 TV. This is season 3, WEML-TV, channel 77, and this is episode 1309. June the 17th, 2022, 4:12 p.m. 1 week away from Capcom Fighting Collection. Technically, I have it on digital right now, but I can't play it until June 24th. That's next week. Cannot wait. Yeah, made in the 80s, also was made in the 90s. Well, and I played Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I told a little bit about this on Rant and Rave. I'm going to play it this coming Saturday. And to Jerome Latmer, I'm going to give you a shout out for making the request to play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on the maximum difficulty mode. I will do that when I christen the new room. Lots of changes going on here at the household, and it's going to be, let's say this second half of the year, it's going to be a long one. If you ask me, it's going to be a long summer. I got a hunch it's going to be a long summer, but you know, hopefully a lot of people will be amazed at what's going on here. So everyone wondering, what's that over there? That's my pizza box. Yes, it's my linguiça pizza. It's my dinner. I would eat it, but right now, I want to do this. Okay. We're going to talk a little bit of Impact Event Center. From last night, the 16th of June, and this is the go home episode before Impact 20th anniversary Slammiversary. That's right, the pay-per-view that will be starting this coming Sunday, and there'll be lots of Impact alumni that might be there. Starting off, Jordan Grace and Mia Yim take on Tasha Steelz, the Impact Knockouts champion, and her bodyguard Savannah Evans. And meanwhile, this was a Queen of the Mountain matchup. Now, if you don't know how the King of the Mountain matchup works, it's sort of like a battle royal type deal, but the only difference is nobody goes over the top rope or something like that. Falls count anywhere, And if you are pinned, now it's like in a reverse ladder match. All right, it's a battle royal / reverse ladder match / hockey fight. All right, and here's why. And here's how it goes about. Though everybody brawls all over the place, you get pinned. You have to go into the penalty box for 2 minutes. While whoever makes that pin is eligible to grab the title and hook it on the ladder, and go on the ladder and hook it on the thing, on the top of the ladder. If you do that, you're the champion. So Joan Grace and Mia Yim, 2 of the 5 contenders in this matchup, against Tasha Steelz, who is the champion defending her title, is Savannah Evans. Meanwhile, Chelsea Green and Deonna Purrazzo, the other 2 participants in the matchup, were watching on. After the match was over, Gia Miller interviewed both ladies. Actually, Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans did win the matchup after a little miscommunication by Grace and Yim. And Chelsea Green and Deonna Purrazzo says, hey, it's every woman for themselves. There can only be one, and Gia Miller, Gia Miller says, well, it comes down between the 2 of you, and say, hey, we're just making an alliance, but on Sunday, it's every woman for themselves. There can be only one champion. And then, commercial break, Gia Miller comes back to interview Wes Briscoe and Garrett Bischoff, the Aces and Eights. Remember that group? And they said they're happy to be back on Impact. They were looking forward to, having they were reminiscing about the days as a team that ran roughshod over Impact Wrestling back in 2013. But then all of a sudden, Honor No More, mainly Vincent, Eddie Edwards, and Kenny King came up. They started running their mouths, and then they started pushing, and then insulting the Aces and Eights. They started pushing and shoving and yelling, and D.L. Brown holds them off, and then Bischoff and Briscoe were talking to D.L. Brown. They said, hey, what happened to you, man? They said, listen, and D.L. Brown goes, hey, listen, life's changed, man, I've changed, but they say, listen, you guys want a match? I'll talk to Scott D'Amore, we'll see if we can get a match going. More on that situation. They had a segment promo for the Impact World Title. Eric Young won the Impact Originals and the leader of Violent by Design, challenging out Josh Alexander. And there later on that night, they also had a contract signing. Great matchups. Trey Miguel going up against Speedball Mike Bailey, and Trey Miguel and Speedball Mike Bailey is undefeated. Remember, they have the Ultimate X match for the X Division Championship. Ace Austin, who is the newest member of the Bullet Club, has that title. Kenny King of Honor No More is involved. Alex Zane, Jack Evans is also involved in this matchup, along with Trey Miguel and Speedball Mike Bailey. I think it was a 6-man Ultimate X. And these two, it was a great matchup overall, but in a roll-up, Trey Miguel ended Speedball Mike Bailey's unbeaten streak since coming to Impact, and it served Mike Bailey his first Impact loss in singles competition. In Knockouts competition, Alicia Edwards, a fellow New Bedford, Massachusetts native, I had the honor of meeting her a couple of times over the years during my jaunts at the Wayland City Festival, where she wrestled under Top Rope Promotions, Yankee Pro, South Coast Pro Wrestling back in the day. So did Mike Bennett, and so did Matt Taven. An honor in meeting those gentlemen as well. Alicia Edwards took on Masa Slamovich, being undefeated, and Masa Slamovich did make quick work of Alicia Edwards. And Giselle Shaw, who's been Alicia's ally, was checking up Alicia, and Masa Slamovich got back to the ring, and Giselle Shaw scooted back and everything else. So I wouldn't be surprised if Giselle Shaw could take on. So speaking of the knockouts, Taya Valkyrie and Rosemary kind of talked a little bit about the history, and Rosemary's kind of a little annoyed. He says Taya convinced Rosemary, hey, we got an opportunity to beat the Influence for those knockouts tag team titles and save Havoc. So there's that. The Briscoes, before defending their titles against the Good Brothers this Sunday, took on Bullet Club's Jay White and Dashing Chris Bay. It was a heck of a matchup overall, but the Briscoes outsmarted White and Bay to win the matchup. Chris Bay was not very happy about it, and Jay White's trying to calm him down, saying, hey, everything's going to be okay. Meanwhile, Raj Singh and Shira cut a promo on the Reverse Battle Royal. As you know, the Reverse Battle Royal is a very unique situation as well. And then Zicky Dice and Johnny Swinger interrupt, Singh and Shira, and Johnny Swinger kept talking about being old school and such. Calls Raj Singh Tiger Jeet, which I think is pretty funny. But, so they say, hey, you know what? Oh, wait a minute. Really? Let's go back to the dungeon, Daddy, and watch some matches. And yeah, go back to your dungeon. It seems like Swinger and Dice want to have some fun, while Singh and Shira want to get serious. So gotta respect that. Meanwhile, Garrett Bischoff and Wes Briscoe pep talking because they have a match against Honor No More. Vincent and Kenny King. They were getting ready for that matchup. And then all of a sudden the hand goes on him. D'Lo Brown and his cut of aces and eights says, you know the great thing about aces and eights, you never walk alone. And so guess what? He's an ally once again. Wes Briscoe and Garrett Bischoff kind of smiled a little bit. I'm sure Scott D. Moore says, you know what, they can use a little bit of backup. And possibly D'Lo Brown must have read Scott D. Moore's mind or something like that. I don't know what the talk was. Well, we come to find out that Nick Aldis, who once made his Impact debut, American Wrestling debut on Impact as Brutus Magnus, will be joining Team Impact. Lemmy's joining the Machine Guns and Frankie Kazarian as up against Honor No More. But at a Queen of the Mountain matchup, I forgot to tell you that Mickey James, Hardcore Country Mickey James, will be the special guest enforcer for that matchup. All right. So, all right, back to Honor No More. Briscoe and Garrett Bischoff took on Vincent and Kenny King. It was a heck of a matchup, but Vincent and Kenny King won the matchup. But, you know, D'Lo Brown was was arguing with the referee, but then King Vincent and Eddie Edwards surrounded D'Lo Brown. D'Lo fought him off until Matt Taven and Mike Bennett got involved. And then the Morrissey Machine Guns and Frankie Kazarian evened up the odds. While aces and eights, Morrissey Machine Guns and Kazarian stand tall. It's all about them being an Impact. It's never about Impact versus aces and eights like it was back in the day. Then there was the Impact World Title contract signing, and Scott D'Amore oversaw it. No, he says he's known these two men for a long time. Josh Alexander's trying to convince him. He said, listen, I remember the Eric Young of old when he was known as Showtime Eric Young and all that. He said he would be disgusted to see who we are right now. Eric Young was like, nope. You know, he doesn't want to. And then as Eric Young flung the table after they both signed the contract, got to Alexander's face. Scott D'Amore tried to break it up, but then he ends up hitting Cody Deaner. I think Deaner was trying to start something. And then Young hits D'Amore from behind with the flag and attacks Alexander. While Young was beating up on Josh Alexander, Deaner and Jordan Doring were tearing apart the ring to the point where, you know, exposed turnbuckles and all, taking out the turnbuckles, and then exposing the mat with wood, and then Eric Young pile drove the champion, Josh Alexander, right on the exposed wood. And that is going to be... This go shows how dangerous Eric Young can be. That's all the time we have on this show. Episode 1309 is Complete Impact Event Center for June 16, 2022. Next episodes will be the Flinging Dice Friday or Friday if you're getting paid. Little high rollers for you. Hopefully they'll be going quick. And I'm going to eat right now. I'm going to eat some dinner, and then I'll probably pop up with that. I'll probably pop up with some high rollers, all right? After this, okay? So, peace and love to all your lives and the blessings of the Lord Jesus Christ from Him to me and from me to you. I give you the blessings, all right? Guys, have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next episode of WEML-TV, Channel 77. Have a great one.